Now, I don't know how much of that you caught, but if you're an OG from the 80s, that was enough for you to go, oh, I know that song. Yeah, I think it was called, the title was Jabroni Queen. Or no, sorry about that. Caribbean Queen. Jabroni Queen. I kind of like Jabroni better. Today, honestly, what's today, 28th or 9th? It is a noticeably cooler day today in Florida. Like last few days, you know, like you go out in the morning, yeah, it's cooler outside, you can feel it. In the evenings, yeah, it's not nice, but today is a really noticeable, and right now it's like, what time is it? 2:28. You know, it should be hot in Florida. Now, not to say that it should be hot this particular time of the year, but I'm just saying it's pretty nice. 86 degrees outside. You know what I'm saying? Just met Frank, me and Frank, chit-chatting for lunch about all kinds of stuff you could imagine. And like, you know, I think we'll go get the old truck washed on the way home. So, not that I can show you much, you can only see the inside. But man, that like metallic blue this thing is, man, son, looks good out there. Every time I see the truck, I'm like, man, I'm not one of those guys that, oh my God, I gotta have that car. If it's a black fly, yeah, oh my God, I gotta have one of those. But I'm not normally all my life, oh my God, I gotta have that. I'm a car guy, I love that. I mean, I'm a car guy, but I don't really care. Like, when I see something, I go, oh, I gotta have that. Nah. But when I saw the picture of this damn truck, and I was looking for a bench seat, you know, can seat 6 people. I want the Eco Diesel Ram 1500 2021. And they're like, well, there's one out here in this freaking dealership way far away from you, like an hour and a half away. But it's lifted, big nice tires and rims, automatic, every single option you were even kind of thinking about, it has, minus one little thing. The gas tank is not a 33-gallon tank, it's a 26. Aside from that, it had the, you know, the extra towing package stuff, everything. Can do the brake, you know, trailer brakes and all that good stuff. Like, it has everything. And you know, wasn't really a truck guy, like, you know, but there's something about being high above everybody else, including most other trucks. Nice bird's eye view, so to speak. It's just something about being high. It's just kind of nice. But back to the weather. It's nice out here in Florida finally. The hot days, I think, are over. You know, you might get the occasional one or two. The water in my damn driveway from all the freaking rain and the damn hurricane that went by and all that crap, even though it didn't hit us directly, it dropped a lot of rain. Then we had the one out by Texas that was just a tropical storm, but it was still enough to bring some weather in this way. And it dumped in my freaking yard, my property. And man, it was just, I mean, you know, like 3-4 inches of water over the driveway all the way to get out to, you know, to the gate and out to the regular road and all that. And I've seen it that bad one time before, and that's when we very first moved into that place. It was like September of 2017. You know, the old Veritasium trade, baby. Turned my 5400 into like 97,000. Used a good chunk of that for the down payment, kept a little bit. But yeah, the good old days, right? And little did I know, in 3 months' time, September, October, November, December of 2017, I could have sold, not even everything. Should have listened to my wife. We should listen to my wife. Sold, paid the house off, and had an epic story to tell. I got a down payment with Veritasium, paid the rest of it off with Litecoin and some other crypto I had at the time. Dent at 10 cents. I had 4.2 or 4.4 million dent that I bought for a fraction of a penny at first. Literally a few $1,000 maybe $2,500. It was something ridiculous. And I'm going, oh my God, if that thing hits 13 cents, I could pay the whole house off with just dent. And I'm like, oh my God, Evelyn. And she's like, well, you could just scrape a little bit off of all the other ones, like sell the dent at 10 cents, but like scrape a little bit of just whatever else you need to make the difference, and then, you know, for taxes and all that, and then just, but I'm like, yeah, but I need bragging rights, man. Could you imagine telling the story about this, you know, this house, the nicest house we've ever owned in our lives? You know, it's kind of an expensive house for, you know, honestly, for my liking. But it presented itself so easily to me. I knew it was like meant to be honest with you. But like, I'm like, I got it. We can have bragging rights, man. That I did this with like $2,500. I think it was $2,500. I don't really know what I put into that thing. And then this rest of the story, market crash. But then think about it. Down payment, Veritasium, $5,400. Then I used $2,500 essentially. That turned into a huge amount to pay the rest of the house off in 3 months' time. Like, that could have been a story. Epic, just epic story. But instead, like everybody, oh no, $800 Litecoin's coming, man. I'm not selling now. But I did tell Evan, I'm like, look, if we see $600 Litecoin in January, like, I'll do it. Like, I'll sell whatever and we'll do it. And that I'm talking January 2018. And the rest of the story never happened. It crashed. And okay, so we had to wait 3 years, but I was able to do it. And in the meantime, I got some more crypto. My portfolio went up a lot more than it did, initially and all that. So, hindsight 2020, who cares? Raise your hand if you're upset that you would get a mortgage and then have it paid off in 3 years. And still have the ability to go buy your wife and yourself brand new vehicles, which you never ever do. You've never done in your whole life, really. But you're able to do it now because of crypto. And you bought and paid those things off. The only thing I kept for a little while was this truck, as far as payments. It was like, again, it was on the weekend, didn't really have the access to my bank account, like where I could get a bank check or whatever. But I could get around this bicyclist. So I was like, well, I'll just, my credit's good and I don't really have any credit right now. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just keep this for a while, And again, you think, well, about the stupid credit score. Who gives a shit about that credit score? I hate that credit score. But you're programmed, your credit score could go down if you don't have any kind of line of credit. Oh, okay. And, it's only, 4 or 5%, payment, whatever it is. I don't even know what the hell the interest rate was, to tell you the truth. It wasn't much, but I think it was 4 or 5%. So anyways, I ended up paying it off recently. Just done. I don't care, whatever, credit report or not. I'm realizing the rest of my life, I don't think I'm ever going to need a credit report to do anything for me. And like many of you, we invested early in crypto and all that stuff. Like, I'm just not going to need it. I'll buy stuff with cash if I need it. I know sometimes your utility bills, I think, go towards your credit rating as well, or you can actually request them to report it. If not, so if you don't have any debt and you don't have a credit report really happening on you, rating agency rating you, then I think you can call some of your utility bills and ask them, hey, I just want to make sure you're reporting my good payments, history to the credit rating agency. If that's, if not, can you do that? And just see what they say. I think they'll do it. And I think it counts just as good as, having a credit card or whatever. So there's always that, possibility too for you. So anyways, nice day in Florida. Me and Frank chatting about, the pretendency, Biden, the fake stage setup he was at. Why is that there? Why is Australia? Now is a second video from a different health minister in Australia somewhere talking about 7 people were in the hospital and 1 of them was not vaccinated. 3 of them were. The other 3 also were, or partly, or some crap. Why is the narrative changing all of a sudden? And why is George Papadopoulos, Trump's guy from the campaign days, why is he tweeting, don't worry about the mandates, Biden's nonsense about normalcy? He goes, don't worry, we'll be back to normal here shortly. Don't worry about the mandates. He was just tweeting that today. Don't worry about the Great Reset. We're not going to let it happen. He's tweeting that. Why are you saying this? Who is he? Who is this guy? You're not the Trump administration anymore. Why is he out having dinner with his wife and posting pictures all over the place like he's loving life? Because we've already won. They've already lost. He knows this. And he knows this, man. He knows it. Just like I think I know it. And we're just watching things play out. And the more we get close to the climax, I think, the more you're going to see of these weird things, these anomalies. So Joe Biden, he's at a stage setting. And there's cameras there, the news people. They're in on it too. They would know this. How come none of them are asking questions? And later on, like, at the press meeting, well, yeah, right, they're getting you to think. Oh my God, everybody's in on it. Everybody but you, like George Carlin Carlson said, the old comic. It's a big effing club. You ain't in it. Got that right, but they are. That guy with the camera is. That person over there, so is she. So is the press secretary. So is Jen Psaki. I thought Psaki was a drink, a Japanese liquor. You want some Psaki? If it looks like that, no.